What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. So this is round 4 from Nationals. Terrance Kinsley versus Bradley Dalton. Spirit Beast versus Nekroz. I really hope that Spirit Beast win this match. Otherwise, my Spirit Beast prediction is just I'm not going to feel great about it. Terrance Kinsley, if I'm not mistaken, did win the 150th YCS. The guy went undefeated there. So, I mean, he's pretty much, I think he went 16-0 at that event, and he's undefeated at this event. So, that would make him currently like 19-0 over his last, 19 rounds of Swiss at, Yu-Gi-Oh events. Now, I believe that he's running the dark version of Nekroz with Armageddon Knights and stuff like that, where, he's running, Farfa, Dragon, and whatnot. Bradley Dalton is just running pretty much probably a conventional version of Ritual Beast, and we're gonna have to see what happens here. Looks like he's gonna open up with either that was a Manju or a Sanju. Okay, that was met with Effect Veiler. Bradley immediately threw that down with confidence. You can see the stone face look on his or the stone face expression that he's giving off. You see that he has an Exo Enforcer of the Nekroz. I've never seen that card. I've never even heard of it. That must be, I don't know if that's one of the Zephyr ones or what. If that may be a Pendulum. Alright, so I think he threw down Tamer. And then he's going to use his extra summon for Rampingu. Yeah, I think he threw down Elder. What's it called? The Ritual Beast Tamer Elder, to get that double summon off. Then he's going to send, I believe that's Apelio to the graveyard. And, I mean, he has a Spiritual Beast plus a Tamer he can contact if he wants. Maybe start trying to get the Kanahawk action going. I believe his set card was set from the previous turn, which means that he does have the ability to activate that card no matter what it is. Unless it's a counter trap. He can't just use a counter trap whenever. Alright, so I believe it's time for Kanahawk. And it looks like he's just going to do the Kanahawk play. He's going to reveal. I imagine he's going to be adding one of those buku powerful traps. Looks like not yet. He went into, what's it called? Oh, okay. Looks like he went into the Ultimate Apelio and attacked. Wanting to make sure that his opponent could not Valkyrie the attack, so that obviously he could not get to a rank 4 play during his next turn. Now he is going to start doing the Kanahawk plays, where he's going to get a Spirit Beast ambush. And I wonder how many times he'll actually go in the Kanahawk this turn, or maybe if he'll just leave it with that. It seems like with Ritual Beast, if you draw too many monsters, you just get wrecked. That seems to be one of the problems with the deck. You see that Terrance Kinsley picks himself up a Shared Ride. I don't know how many cards that's actually going to net him in this matchup. Seems like it would only get him 1. And he just sets it and ends turn. That's not good, as his opponent immediately activates that MST on it. Now he's going to activate Spirit Beast Ambush, the card that he recently searched out. Depending on if that set is bonds, we could legitimately see just an OTK here, because you have to remember, while Kinsley has about 18 copies of Valkyrie in his hand, exactly 0 of those copies will actually stop the Ultimate Apelio. The Ultimate Apelio just doesn't give a freak, and I believe I saw a quick play in his hand. I don't know if that was bonds or if that was emergency teleport. If that's bonds, I think he has game on board. I just have to make sure he has enough. No, okay, it's emergency teleport. I was gonna just make sure that he has enough Tamers and that he has enough Spirit Beast as well. It looks like he's gonna summon the Kanahawk. If he tries to attack, this will obviously be met with the Valkyries. I just don't know why he would attack with the literal Ritual Beast and Tamers. I think that he'd definitely go for the ultimate ones. I'm unfamiliar with that trap, actually. The trap that I believe he had in his hand. So it looks like he's going to contact Fuse for the first time. He may go for Kanahawk here. Does not have the, yeah, looking at his hand, that is an emergency teleport. does not happen to have the Spirit Beast bonds, but it doesn't look like it matters as Terrance Kinsley scoop phases. I believe so. Let me see.
In response to Durandal's summon, or Durandal gets summoned, correct. Your opponent will draw a card from Maxi, and then in the window, in response to them drawing a card, you can activate Durandal's Chainlink 1, and then chain Draw and Lock Bird as Chainlink 2 because it's a quick effect and doesn't have to respond directly.
Oh yeah, they're talking about that Durandal play with Draw and Lock Bird. I saw that on Inch95's channel. Yeah, it's okay. It's the play where you activate, if your opponent max sees you, you go into Durandal, and then you play Draw and Lock Bird, and then you activate Durandal's effect to discard cards from the hand, and then when they try and draw cards, Draw and Lock Bird would obviously kick in and be like, nope, can't draw anything. So, looks like Spirit Beast won game 1, pretty commanding fashion. Valkyris just didn't do anything. Valkyris just didn't do anything because the only time that Bradley was attacking, he kept spamming Ultimate Apelio. And the effect Veiler was definitely clutch there, shutting down any hopes of Bradley being, of Terrance Kinsley being able to get to any ritual spells. So the Shared Ride may have been able to do a little something, but that was immediately met with Mystical Space Typhoon. You rarely even see Nekroz players set any cards, to be honest. So if they set any cards, like, feel free to just blind MSC them, like, immediately, because you're not going to get much value out of MSC in the matchup to begin with. So, I'll definitely take that. Even if you would have hit a ritual spell, it's like, alright, well, now I know that I have the green light to do whatever I want. I'm wondering what that monster is on the top. Almost looked like a Shadow Beast for a second there. But I seriously doubt that that's Shadow Beast. So they're going to do a little bit of side decking. Again, Terrance Kinsley, winner of the 150th YCS, when undefeated at that event, is undefeated so far. I don't know how many game losses he's actually taken, like how many single games, but he's taken one now. Ritual Beasts looked very dominant in the first game. I don't like that Tellarknight mat. I have to be blatantly honest. Even as an avid Tellarknight fan, I just don't like that map. I really wish that Konami would just pay independent artists, I'm sure they could find tons of them, to design maps from them using alternate artworks. I don't understand why it's that difficult. I don't see a reason of slapping the same exact artwork that's on the card onto the mat. It doesn't make any sense. If you ever seen the core TCG mats, the ones that Amanda Lapalm designs, they look completely different from the actual cards. They look like the cards. You can tell that it's definitely the monster, but they're in different poses, and you know they're in the artwork just looks different. It looks really cool, and it's something that is definitely impressive. And I wish that they do it in the TCG, or I wish that they did it in the OCG for a little bit. There's a couple during the 5Ds era. There were a couple of set mats for Duelist Genesis and Crossroads of Chaos that had Black Rose and Stardust on them, and they were not in the same poses as the card were. It wasn't the same exact card art, if I'm not mistaken. Those look beautiful. I think there's one for Honest for Light of Destruction as well. I think those are the only three: Crossroads of Chaos, the Duelist Genesis, and Light of Destruction. All right, so I think Dalton's probably gonna take first because Spirit Beasts like going first. Both players playing with those trademark white sleeves. Never understood the huge infinity with white sleeves. They're so common. Oftentimes, I'd be scared that I'm gonna have my opponent's cards, or that some of their cards might end up in my deck, or some of their cards might end up in, some of my cards might end up in their deck, or vice versa. I've always preferred pink. I like yellow. I think yellow is pretty cool too. Looks like Dalton is going to go first. He has Teleport, Upstart, I believe that's Solemn Warning, Spirit Beast Bonds, and Spirit Beast, but I couldn't actually see if it was a Tamer or just a regular Ritual Beast monster. So he is going to activate that Upstart Goblin. Not sure if they're waiting on something or anything like that. Let's just see.
Dark Goblin, I think, is really important. And combo strategies are strategies where you really need one card to get ahead. I think those are the best decks for Dark Goblin.
Alright, so he's just going to play Rampingu. He's going to show the ultimate Apelio. Terrance Kinsley looked like he was thinking about chaining something. I'm not really sure what. I don't know what honestly would stop Ultimate or would stop Rampingu other than Valor. And I believe he burnt that teleport to get himself an Elder out. And that means that he has an Elder, or he has a Tamer and a Spirit Beast, which means, of course, he will be able to contact. And here's where the Candy Hawk action starts. And with no Maxi, you have to like his odds of being able to just, you know, kind of loop Kanahawk maybe once or twice. Although Terrance Kinsley does have two MSTs, a Brio, and a Shadow Dragon in his hand. It's a strong opening. It really is. Considering that the back row that Bradley's gonna get, some of them might get blasted, but I didn't see what he searched. He better hope to God he didn't search an ambush because there's a strong chance that he could like MSC an ambush and just get wrecked. I guess that is the downside of having Shadow Dragon in your deck, is the chance that you could actually draw it and not draw it before or draw it before you get Armageddon Knight. So I guess you could set the card and maybe hope that your opponent attacks into it. I don't think that those are very good odds that your opponent will attack into it with a Spirit Beast monster, or excuse me, not with one of the ultimates anyways. This hand looks a little. The hand looks a little, I don't know, it looks a little quirky. I guess maybe he might just attack it, knowing that it is resistant to destruction, and thinking maybe he'll probably uncontact. No, he does not uncontact. I think he just let it die. Yeah, I believe he actually just let it die. Okay. He may not have been able to actually uncontact. So he has a Nekroz Cycle, a Brio, a Gungnir, and a couple of MSTs. He's going to Brio for the Nekroz or he's going to Brio for Sharit. He's going to activate the Nekroz Cycle. That is met with Solemn Warning. He will not be able to get any more spells because he does control a monster. So pretty much only has the MSTs now. No longer has Nekroz Cycle in his hand. It's going to set both of his MSTs. Here comes that Ritual Beast ambush. And Bradley Dalton doesn't know it, but he can go as far in as he wants to right now. Bradley Dalton has Artifact Lancia in his hand, which means he is obviously protected from Trishula, and he drew Spirit Beast Steeds. Okay. He's going into Kanahawk. He probably plans on immediately tagging it out for a couple of different Spirit Beasts. I know somebody's gonna watch this and is just gonna hate it. They're just like, stop saying Spirit Beasts, call them Ritual Beasts. No, never. Every time I say Spirit Beast, it reminds me of Yu Yu Hakusho. I love that show. Animu for the win, man. Animu for the win. Alright, so he's gonna uncontact. It's gonna bring out Rampingu, and I believe that's Elder. Probably gonna trigger Rampingu's effect, just to send more stuff to the graveyard. Is that Wind that he's getting? Or that he's gonna use the effect on? I believe, oh, okay. I think he's adding Wind from the ultimate Kanahawk. He's not going to add a trap this time, which you're used to seeing. I'm almost always used to thinking that Spirit Beast players are going to add the traps, or sometimes even the Spirit Beast bonds, but I often forget, hey, guess what? They can totally get traps too, or they can totally get monsters. So looks like he decided to just add Win, and oh man, does he have a whole heap and hecka battle damage on board. Looks like he's going to contact once again, especially if he just doesn't consider those back rows to be viable threats. Let's see if he summoned the ultimate Apelio, or if he decided to go into another Kanahawk. Let's turn the volume up. I can't actually see, so.
Right back to the graveyard.
Nope, he went into an ultimate Kanahawk, which means he's just searching more. This deck is just search shit. It's just search city, man. It's all made possible by one card getting himself a copy of Ambush, as he already has Steeds on the field. And at some point, you just have to think that those Mystical Space Typhoons won't cover that much ground when your opponent is just constantly searching traps and constantly searching traps. And, you know, even if you get the Gungnir on board, how many cards do you have in your hand to discard? If he's used the Pelio's effect, those monsters, those Kanahawks they're both going to be bigger than the dragon on board. And he's going to search out another copy of Steeds. And you have to think, if you're Bradley Dalton, you know, all right, my play is good. If he would have had Book of Eclipse or Book of Moon, he would have already burnt it. Clearly he didn't burn it, so I really don't have anything to fear but fear itself. I guess there's a very good chance that Terrance Kinsley will go ahead and burn those two MSTs. But with so many power cards still set in Bradley's back row and having double Kanahawk, man, I don't know what he could draw that'll get him out of this situation, but I guess where there's a will, there is a way. He has a Shurit. I believe, I can't see what that card he just drew is. We know that he has Gungnir from last turn. I believe it might be a Senju. I still can't make out the card. Let's just turn the volume up. Maybe they'll say it.
But then you're playing cards like, yeah, which.
I mean, I imagine what he's gonna do is he's probably gonna try and get, a ritual, one of the ritual cards like Cycle or, maybe the Nekroz Mirror from his deck. Like, that will probably be his first play that he wants to do. Oh Lord, does he have two copies? No, he can't have two Gungnairs. I only see one blue card. There's something fishy going on.
To be able to summon for Secret Village, right? Great Sorcerer is the strongest in terms of combos because
okay, I believe he might have a Great Sorcerer in his hand. Let's see if he's able to make any great plays here. And the thing is, I think Bradley Dalton will. Is that the okay? That's actually, huh? I don't even recognize that card. Is that like Catastor? Like the little Catastor or something? I don't know. Anyways, it's a Nekroz card. I guess that's really all you guys need to know. Alright, it looks like he's playing the Nekroz Mirror, trying to summon that Gungnir, the only ritual monster that he has in his hands. He's gonna activate Ritual Beast Steeds immediately. Okay, so he's gonna pitch it, trying to target a card. Is it another copy of Steeds? It is. So he ends up hitting the Steeds. Gungnir will die. Now you know if you MST, it's not really going to get you much value, because if you do use MST, you know there's a 50% chance that you're going to hit Ambush. Why would you even, like, is that, I mean, I guess you could chain both MSTs, but like if you hit Ambush, that's just not good. Oh, now he's going to activate Artifact Lancia. He will not get any more ritual spells. That is really, really bad here. Guys, there's a legitimate chance that Terrance Kinsley's not seeing next turn. I don't think he's going to see next turn. He's getting himself a Valkyrie so that he doesn't die. The Artifact Lancia was super clutch. I think actually we might have to upgrade that to super clutch. I think during the end phase, he'll immediately trigger I think he's going to immediately trigger that Ambush. You see he has his hand on it. He wants to do it. There's nothing that Terrance Kinsley can do to stop it. I mean, you can MST it and it's still going to resolve, unless if you call a judge and just be like, Judge, does MST negate? Maybe he might say it does, but outside of that, I just don't see anything happening. Whoa, and I don't know. Okay. I'm like, what is going on? You see him bring out Petalfin, and I guess he's gonna uncontact at the same time, or he's gonna chain his uncontact, in addition to the Spirit Beast, ambush. And now he's just activating all types of effects. I mean, probably has enough damage on board to kill him, but again, he does have to worry about the Valkyries, so he will need to bring out some copies of the Ultimate Apelio, and that's why you definitely play the deck. Looks like he's gonna chain MST. Spirit Beast Bonds is lost, which that kind of sucks, because he probably would have wanted that, honestly. Probably would have wanted that Spirit Beast Bonds, just to guarantee the OTK, because you just go into 3 copies of Ultimate Apelio. Even without the OTK, I'm not sure Terrance Kinsley is coming back. Like, even if you don't OTK, you have to give up the Valkyries to live anyway. All your opponent is going to have is an MST and a ritual spell. I mean, I guess you could draw Preparation of Rites, like, or you could draw Manju or Senju, like your perfect outs, but outside of that, I mean, you're probably in deep doo-doo, because chances are your opponent's going to be getting more copies of Ambush and more copies of Steeds. He still has 1 Steeds and 2 Ambushes in his deck, and potentially 1 more copy of Spirit Beast Bonds. Most people that I've seen only run 1 Spirit Beast Bonds. If he runs 2, then he's probably going to lose this turn. I think it all depends on what cards are still left in Bradley's deck. Terrance Kinsley doesn't really have, I mean, he only has the 1 card in his hand. It's a known resource. It was searched last turn.
With all of the basic ritual beast takers. Okay. So he bounces the second space off the field. And this time, Apelio and Elder are being banished to summon Tampa. And we can't help but see Kinsley smile a little bit here. I think he realizes the writing's on the wall.
Alright, so yeah, it looks like this is probably about over. It looks like he's going to go into a contact fusion right now. Or no, okay, he's uncontacting that Canahawk. You know what? And keep in mind, he is totally not normal summoned yet. I think he's just going to do everything that he can to just, what's it called? I think he's just going to do everything that he can to make sure that he can put 3 Apelios on board. And when I say Apelios, I mean the Ultimate Fusion version. Oh, nope. Still going back for those Canahawks, man. Still going back for him. Really surprised. Still going back for them Canahawks. It's so much looping, and, you know, man, if you really try and follow all of the plays that Ritual Beasts have, it'll make you dizzy. Now he's going to search out another copy, or searching out a copy of Canahawk. Alright, now I think he's going to start contacting for some damage mods. Nope. This guy's I don't know if he's trying to stall or if he's just trolling or what. Now he's going to search out. He may have searched all his traps already. So, still has lots of options though. Oh, I know what he's doing. He's bringing out the Herald of Perfection one. Oh, okay. So he's getting all of that card advantage so that he can just constantly discard cards. He must know that he can't kill him this turn. Fair enough. But you have to think about it. He has 3 discard outlets. And I'm pretty sure that he's already activated Little Apelio's effect. He is going to activate Valkyries. Valkyries is going to get negated. He'll have to still banish. And looks like it's going to be battle damage time unless he's going to activate MST from his hand. And it looks like it's not going to matter. Terrance Kinsley, he's just scooping it up. Dalton was still going to have 2 negates. The MST was useless. And even if he was able to add a Nekroz ritual spell from his deck for free, it wasn't going to matter. Anytime it was just going to be, he had 2 more negates. It didn't matter what he drew, unless it was a fossil dot. No, that didn't matter either. He can negate that. It didn't matter what he drew. He had 2 negates. It would have had to been Spirit Reaper. Something like that can't be destroyed by battle, that there's 0 possibility he would have been running. And you just see that, Nekroz get absolutely destroyed. And this is the guy that went 16-0 at a YCS. This is our most recent YCS winner. And this is why I picked Spirit Beast to win this event. Not saying that this guy is going to win the event, but I'm feeling a little bit better about my prediction right now.